Artificial leather is a fabric or finish intended to substitute for leather in fields such as upholstery, clothing, and fabrics, and other uses where a leather-like finish is required but the actual material is cost-prohibitive, unsuitable, or unusable for ethical reasons. Historic and upholstery uses: under the name of artificial leather or American leather cloth, large quantities of a material having a more or less leather-like surface were once used, principally for upholstery purposes, such as the covering of chairs, lining the tops of writing desks and tables, and so on. There was considerable diversity in the preparation of such materials. A common variety consisted of a web of calico coated with boiled linseed oil mixed with dryers and lampblack or other pigment. Several coats of this mixture were uniformly spread, smoothed and compressed on the cotton surface by passing it between metal rollers, and when the surface was required to possess a glossy enamel-like appearance, it received a finishing coat of copal varnish. A grained Morocco surface was given to the material by passing it between suitably embossed rollers. Preparations of this kind have a close affinity to cloth waterproofed with rubber, and to such manufactures as ordinary waxcloth. An artificial leather which was patented and proposed for use as soles for boots, etc., was composed of powdered scraps and cuttings of leather mixed with solution of gutta-percha dried and compressed. In place of the gutta-percha solution, oxidized linseed oil or dissolved resin could be used as the binding medium for the leather powder. Clothing and fabric uses. Synthetic leathers, at times made from plastics, are often used in clothing and fabrics. Artificial leather is marketed under many brands, including leatherette, faux leather, Norguide, and pleather. Types: polymeric imitation leather, sometimes referred to as polymerics. Polymeric imitation leathers are a group of synthetic breathable leather substitutes made from a plastic coating on a fibrous base layer. The term polymeric was coined by DuPont as a derivative of the terms microporous and polymeric. The first polymeric material was DuPont's ill-fated Corfam, introduced in 1963 at the Chicago Shoe Show. Corfam was the centerpiece of the DuPont Pavilion at the 1964 New York World's Fair in New York City. Its major advantages over natural leather were its durability and its high-gloss finish that could be easily cleaned with a damp cloth. Its disadvantages were its stiffness, which did not lessen with wearing, its relative lack of breathability, and easy confusion with non-breathable cheaper products. DuPont manufactured Corfam at its plant in Old Hickory, Tennessee, from 1964 to 1971. After spending millions of dollars marketing the product to shoe manufacturers, DuPont withdrew Corfam from the markets in 1971 and sold the rights to a company in Poland. Corfam is still used today in some products, an example being certain types of equestrian saddle girth. Corfam shoes are still popular in uniformed professions where shiny shoes are desirable. Cuskin. Cuskin is an artificial leather material commonly found in computer laptop cases and anything in today's world. Cuskin is very similar to the Swedish and Danish words for cowhide leather, which could cause much confusion for consumers. Leatherette. Leatherette is a form of artificial leather, usually made by covering a fabric base with plastic. The fabric can be made of a natural or a synthetic fiber which is then covered with a soft PVC layer. Leatherette-bound books and 20th-century cameras are good examples of leatherette. Leatherette clothing of various kinds also exist. A disadvantage of plastic leatherette is that it is not porous and does not allow air to pass through it. Thus, sweat can accumulate if it is used for clothing, car seat coverings, etc. One of its primary advantages, especially in cars, is that it requires little maintenance in comparison to leather, and does not crack or fade easily. During a fire, leatherette may cause serious skin damage, because it burns more vigorously than leather and can melt. Some other materials that can be used as leather alternatives are, biothane, a proprietary material of biothane-coated webbing, made from a nylon webbing coated with TPU or PVC, designed to look and feel like leather, but be more durable, more cleanable, and more waterproof than leather. Birkibuke, a proprietary material of Birkenstock, made from acrylic and polyamide felt fibers and intended to imitate nubuck leather. Birkofloor, a proprietary material of Birkenstock, made from acrylic and polyamide felt fibers and intended to imitate patent leather. Cork leather, made from the bark of cork oak trees. Keeks, an acrylic PVC alloy produced by Cleardex. Lorica, a material patented and manufactured by Lorica Sud, an Italian tannery. Ocean leather, a leather made from kelp. Polyvinyl chloride, also known as vinyl and PVC. Rexine, a British proprietary brand of leather cloth used in vehicle trimming and bookbinding. Vegeton, a shop-owned trade name for one grade of microfiber, with a few exceptions. Most leather alternatives have been criticized for not being environmentally friendly. See also, Alcantara, bonded leather, Norgamide, Clarino used in sports, gloves, automotive, upholstery, fashion, etc. Durasoft, pressed off, ultrasuede. References, footnotes. Cited works. This article incorporates text from a publication now in the public domain. Chisholm, Hugh, ed. Encyclopædia Britannica. Cambridge University Press. Faux Real, Genuine Leather and 200 Years of Inspired Fakes, by Robert Canigel. Joseph Henry Press, 2007. External links, leather.clariant.com